All right. How's everybody doing? Halftime. It's just about exactly the halftime today, too. Look at that, 11:45. All right, so halfway through the day here, we they kind of took a swing to the downside, and they came back with some muscle too, man. Really, really nice. And now we have completely stalled out. So now we wait to see if we're going to triangle out or if we're going to maybe get some continuation back to the other side. Right now on this flip, it seems as though they're coming back inside a little bit, as you can see on my screen right now. So we're looking at the triple Qs here. All right, so we had this 3-2 move. Now, the Qs weren't the best of the batch. I think the SPY was the one that really kind of turned things around today. All right, so get that 2 move back up, and then we were stalled on 60s. So we sat for a whole 60 minutes there, and then on this new flip. So I was just talking to guys in the officers, looking for that 2-2 back down, and then possibly that 2-2 reversal come back up again. All right. But we just got our two, all right, because we were sitting it with ones for a while there. All right, so there's your Qs. And here's your SPY. I'm just in the 60 minute right now, guys. I'm in the 60 minute, and then we'll go back through, look at some bigger time frames. All right, so we break the 60 down now. So continuation to the downside a little bit. All right, so it's the 3-1-2 down because we went 3-3. All right, so this is a 3-1-2 breakdown coming back down. All right, again, we might look for that, maybe that 2-2 down somewhere in here, and then if we can find some kind of support level in there. All right, and I'll show you at the end there. So this is where we lie right now, trying to lift here now off of that 60. All right, so it did take the one down. And again, you got this 3-3 business here, so we'll see what shakes from that. All right, so there's your SPY. Trying to fight back on the 60 right now. I have to take it now. Diamonds were pretty cruddy too, man. All right, shooter down. Nasty way to start the day. Coming down with the shooter down on the outsider. But didn't really break anything from previous day. All right, got down to 491.18. But that was last week. All right, we got down to 491.20 last week. Okay, so this morning we got down to 492.02. I'm still sticking with my number. That's 491.70. All right, 491.70. We did not break that today. All right, we got down to 490. We got pretty close. All right, so diamonds again. We got the two back down right now, and they're trying to lift back up. The one thing I really wanted to pay notice to is the volume that we had in the first bar of the first 60. All right, so on the diamonds right here, we had pretty good volume. See this? The volume went up pretty nice, and then you see how it fell off, and hence, as the stocks were coming down, but on this one, I mean, they were running for the exits. All right, these guys were running for the exits this morning. All right, so they were looking like they were hitting them pretty good. All right, and then there you got buyers took control here. So you had sellers all the way down, and then you triggered around here, and all of a sudden the volume started to fall off. And that was me. I was telling you that the selling pressure was coming to an end. All right, so we saw that. So we saw that exhaustion risk on the downside, and there's where your volume. See, look at this volume here, and look at the volume here. It's pretty big difference. All right, so the pressure the selling just kind of dried up. That's what happens. All right, and then buyers took control, and they really jacked them up, man, all the way back up to 496.90, and then the profits starting. People started taking profits, and then we were talking about it. I'm like, now we're gonna go trapped, and we're gonna stall out, and that's what happened. And now this break that we got is coming back up again now here. See how they're starting to hammer back up again. So I don't know if you get the 212 up, uh, possibly, but I would still be a little nervous here. And the reason why is because of, I guess, number one, because of this. Okay, this is still, it's a shooter, it's actionable, all right, but it's still bullish. Okay, so that's a really nice shooter coming down. All right, but buyers are still in control on that. All right, so there's nothing to run for the exits, but nothing really to hold on to either. Okay, if that makes sense. All right, so and then we'll pull up on the weekly, and we're really stuck here. Okay, so complete indecision here. All right, so we'll see what happens. It's a short week, so possibly we could get something back and see if we can. Maybe we can keep these in for what after today. We only got 3 days left. We'll see. All right, I would for me. I always want to stay that one, but two twos work just as well. I just like the ones better. All right, so diamonds, there you go, starting to lift back up a little bit, but kind of stuck in the middle-ish right there. All right, so there is your. That's pretty much the look here. Now I'm going to go to the dailies and get a picture of that, right? So we kind of see everything that's cooking, right? So here's your inside day today, stuck in the middle, sellers in control. All right, but there's a lot of indecision. All right. Again, we talk about full time frame continuity. How much do we have? Okay, not just about what's going on right now on this 30-minute or on this 60-minute or on this daily min, whatever it is, we've got a good blend here. Okay, this is 50-50 almost, only for the 2-2 up here, which triangled already out. All right, so we don't really have a good gauge right now. If I had overwhelmingly more green over a longer period of time, even if they crapped out or whatever they did, so this is why we're struggling as much as I think as we are right now. All right, and we're at that point now where today we put in some new monthly lows today. All right, so that's that. You need to know where the monthly low is. You need to know where that week is, because that's where we're gonna be gauging. That's where we're gonna be engaged. All right. So 2-1 inside here right now on your daily there on your diamonds, indecision and red. Okay. And then SPY on your day. I think you're stuck in the middle too, and probably still red. There you go. Did not go. Sorry. No, those are my ESCOs. All right, SPY. Here you go. Stuck in the middle. But look what I found here, guys. I found a double bottom on the daily to within 1 penny of each other. All right. See this? Coming down here within a penny. All right. So you guys know what a double bottom is. All right. If you don't, Google it. Figure out what a double bottom is. All right, that can turn things around. All right, so it hasn't gone into force yet, but we will know when. All right, we will have a better idea of when. So anyhow, this is garbage day, stuck. All right, and then let's go to the QQQ on the daily. Same problem here. Is that the monthly low? Let's see. All right, gonna pull up the month here again now. Where you at? All right, month low, 593.34, 593.34, 593.34. Okay, so there we are, sitting on the monthly low. Okay, coming off of the Qs here on the daily. All right, so it's kind of like starting all over again, possibly, right? So coming back off here with only 8 days left after today. All right, so we're gonna keep an eye on the dailies and the weeklies. All right, mostly right now, because the month is dying. It's only got 8 days left, and it's a short one anyway. And then we're going to start eyeballing the quarters. All right, because the quarters are going to be starting to come into play as we start to get closer and we go into March, and March can come in like a lion, or it can come in like a lamb. If it comes in like a lion, it can do some damage, and if it comes like a lamb, it's just like might just frolic. Do nothing. So there's that too. All right. But I don't. A big spike to the upside pushing here. Without AI and without tech, I don't see that happening. Okay. Like getting the whole the whole gang together. I think it's still got too many problems with tech right now. It's too important. Tech is way bigger than Walmart, even though Walmart's kicking Amazon's butt. All right, but it is what it is. All right, so there's the futures. Not going to go through too many stocks here. I'm watching my Walmart. I'm loving it. All right, because I got out. I shouldn't have got out, but I got kind of forced out. Moving those stops around is a tricky thing. All right, so but you want to protect. Okay, if it takes you out, it takes you out. All right, as long as you made profits, you're a winner. All right, so don't sweat that. All right, so I love the 3 coming down, and what do I always say? How about the 3, 2? How about the 2, 2 down, and get us back down to this range? In this here. All right, Walmart. What am I looking at here? Hold on a second. Let me shrink this down a little bit. All right, we're looking for 126 into this area right here, guys. So this is the 3 down. I think we got a pretty decent support level around 126 bucks. We'll see if it holds there. If it breaks below there, that's fine. But if she comes up and she breaks back up in a reasonable amount of time, and when I say a reasonable amount of time, I'm talking about a few days, okay? And then we'll see if 126 starts to be a nice foothold. All right, so coming back down. See, you're going to get another crack at Walmart anyhow. All right, so we'll see on that one. My Iridium, man, this thing kind of got a... This thing has been great. All right, but I'm hoping for a 2-1-2 back down. Still want to get into this trade, but it just got too rich for my blood. So I'm sitting back and I'm waiting. All right, just getting a little too rich for my blood again. All right, so and Costco comes back inside on the day there, and then we look at the weekly. So coming back inside on the week. So look for, this is nowhere near the highs. Okay, this thing's been up to like almost 1100. All right, but coming back down now on your weekly. All right. So we'll see if we can get Costco to break a little bit and come back inside, coming along with Walmart. And then we look at Target. I think Target got way too inflated up there at, this thing got to one. As I'm looking too far back on that. I was surprised when it went to here at 115. I was saying that, right? At 117, I was saying this thing's crazy. It shouldn't be at 117. So it's correcting a bit. I still think that you got support levels maybe back down 99 bucks and change. I wouldn't touch it though here. All right, TJ Maxx is an absolute boss. All right, just. Got up to 159. There's the high of ever, 159.48. Stalled out, fell out, came back up. Now it's kind of chopping. This is going to take a while to get this thing back up as well. All right, with this 2-1 stuck inside on the week right now. So you could easily get this 2-1-2 right back down again. All right, you got the 2-2 up even with the red bar. And now you got this business. You did get the higher high, but just watch for higher lows, okay? Or lower highs, I'm sorry. All right, so TJ Maxx. And then we'll go through some of the sectors. Energy really fell apart here. two back inside now on the week, and you can see the day kind of like took a little bit of a hit coming down with the outsider tree. One tree to the downside could leave us with breaking inside. More importantly, probably what will happen is we'll get that one inside, and then we wait out for the day to see how that shakes out. Okay, again, short week, guys. All right, so XLE, I really, for a trade that I think might start to get better, right? Banks reported there were a lot of misses. All right, there was a lot of misses. J.P. Morgan missed, Goldman Sachs missed, Bank of America missed. I don't call them a miss, I call it a mess. Right, so if you ever hear me say mess, that means that I said miss because it missed earnings. All right, so you'll always hear me say that, but that's a mess. All right, so coming back down here right now, XLF has made a move coming off of the daily. Okay, I don't want to trade anything off of a daily. I want to go back to a better time frame, and the week sets up nice with the 3-1. All right, so we're looking for the 3-1-2. This thing ain't gonna get out. This thing ain't gonna get out this week. $20, anybody? I'll bet you. All right, 3-1. You could break. Okay, you could break and take 3 down, just as easily. That could happen. All right, we'll see. All right, we'll see. All right, but I think thing's all right now. I think it's done had its penance. I love these guys right here. The 3-2, the 2-2-2 down. These guys really got screwed. All right, you see these guys that were buying this. Oh yeah, this thing's going back up. You're gonna triangle out back up to 55.33. No, you are not. All right, so this is the 2-2 up puker. All right, there ain't no one in there. All right, so I don't see stuff like that as good as some other people might. All right, but coming back on, so here I think this is going to get a little bit better. But I think obviously the futures need to be going our way. If the futures are going the opposite way, they are going to drag the stocks down with them, and it's just that simple. And then you look for, what do you look for to protect yourself with? Staples, and you look to protect yourself with utilities. Okay, things that you have to pay for. Okay, anything that you have to pay for. All right, those stocks should do well. They might not do great, but they will be better. They will be better performing than the futures will be. All right, so 3-1 in here. I like this setup. Again, I'm going to wait through the end of the week and see what next week comes and see if the futures want to do. All right. What do we have coming? We got GDP. We got GDP on Friday. We got durable goods tomorrow. Durable goods is a pretty good one. That's, again, those are the big ticket items that you buy in your house. Your washing machine and your dryer. Things that you need in your home. Okay. Cars, I guess that would be in there. Vehicles are in there as well. All right, so XLF, we'll see about that one. I kind of like that one a little bit. XLB, it's going to get back up there. Gold and silver. I don't know what gold is. To be honest, I haven't even looked at them today. GLD, what do we got? Down $15. Okay, so XLB is gonna stay down. Silver, so they're following each other. All right, there we go. So we finally get a break on the gold. That's a pretty nice move on the gold finally to break down. All right, so we break down into that 447.64, down $15 today. Not too shabby. All right, coming back down here. It'll find its way back up, I believe, but I'm not going to jump to any conclusions on that one. All right, so XLB, you probably want to lay off that right now. You watch your XLUs, your utilities. Brilliant move, profit taking today. Brilliant move, profit taking today. Wait for this thing a couple days. it should get back on track again. All right. But if the market starts to get better, they might not go with you. Okay. So be careful with that. And then retail. There's good ones and there's really bad ones. Here's your 2-1. Give me the 2-1-2 back down. You got the 2 up with the 2 down. Break her down and get the 2 back up again. It's more than likely how it's going to shake out. All right, and then XLY discretionaries, just bringing it down. Okay, so and you look at your, we know, what stocks I'm talking about when I talk about those. Talk about Chipotle, Mexican Grill, McDonald's, Starbucks. Anything that you go and buy something from, Shake Shack, a lot of restaurants, cars are discretionary. It's at your discretion to purchase whatever you'd like to purchase. All right, so you know what that means, and I already know that you know that. All right, so energy kind of fell out of bed. Healthcare back down again. I just don't know where healthcare is ever going to land. This is just chopping, so wait for the chop to get out. Watch that double bottom on the SPY. See if it can go into force. That's it. That's all I got. All right, so be good.